The only hunts I regret are the ones I never took.
Top of the world.
Today, we head west to flush coveys in the mountains of Wyoming.
Birds, birds!
And take our shot at harvesting an iconic upland game bird.
Oh, no. Was that my chance?
The Flush, presented by Federal Premium Ammunition and Pheasants Forever.
At the base of Wyoming's picturesque mountain peaks, antelope roam through a sea of sage. The speed goats of America's Wild West thrive here, thanks in part to conservation efforts made to protect this landscape and preserve Wyoming's iconic upland game bird, the sage grouse.
Well, certainly Wyoming's the capital of sage grouse. Wyoming hosts somewhere between, 30 to 40% of North America's sage grouse.
Sage grouse need massive sagebrush flats to survive.
Yeah, we're certainly blessed with lots of wide open spaces and these really large expanses of sagebrush.
It's the reason Wyoming still welcomes sage grouse hunters.
Forecast is saying we're gonna be in the 80s. They're tough birds, though, aren't they?
They're our largest grouse species, so, they take a little bit more.
Justin Binfet works for the state of Wyoming.
This is basically what they're eating.
He's a wildlife biologist that also lives for the hunt.
Oh, I've been hunting sage grouse since I became a bird hunter. And I got into bird hunting about, 15 years ago.
They see you and they're in some sagebrush with good hiding cover. Their natural instinct's not to flush until you get fairly close to them, really.
That's if we can find them.
They really like these bunch grass communities where you get a little taller structure, but then you got the sagebrush as well. There's
a bird somewhere.
There's gotta be.
Oh,
There's gotta be multiple.
Yeah.
George Lyall, my bird hunting friend from Minnesota,
Go, Boone.
trains his bird dogs for hunts just like this.
If you like adventure, get out and do it.
George's 5-year-old English pointer Boone gets the first leg of this adventure. He has free rein to run thanks to his ability to hold birds on point.
It hasn't rained in weeks. That obviously hurts our scenting chances, but I've hunted with Boone enough to know that if there's a bird up here, he'll find it.
And just like that,
We got point. We got point.
We got the dog on point. He's at 258 yards.
Boone gives us hope.
You can just make out his head and his white tail sticking up. See the dark?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
patch
Oh,
to
look
the
at him.
left?
He's
Perfect.
Oh
He's
my
locked
gosh.
up, isn't he?
Now the heart starts pumping a bit. I love that Boone dog. Where'd they go? That nose don't lie.
Oh, these are wild birds. This is,
Wild birds hiding in what seems like an endless sea of sage.
You think there's birds out here that won't see a hunter this year?
Oh, the vast majority of them will never
Really?
see a hunter. Yeah.
That's cool. Short-eared owls are cool.
And to think, all of this land is open to the public.
It's your land, it's my land. It's the best thing North America ever did, is we have public land.
With September's heat approaching 80 degrees, Boondog gets a break.
Still a good day to be a dog, even if it is hot.
His brother Skinny takes the midday shift.
So the vast majority of this basin is all public land, but there is a little piece of deeded land down here on the creek. And to stay legal and on the public land, we're gonna skirt this kind of straight to the east, right on this property boundary.
Too bad, Skinny can't smell the invisible boundary.
So those guys are just on deeded land. That's a
Man,
mile.
it's just a little tiny spot.
I know.
Go figure.
Yep, there they go.
Skinny's off limits.
Oh,
Beautiful point, Skinny.
Just a sight to see that large a bird come out of sagebrush is something else.
Our morale rises like the sunny afternoon heat. Those grouse give us the confidence we need. Wyoming's iconic upland game bird
we got a point. We got a point right there.
finally feels within reach.
Where are they at, Boone?
The Flush is brought to you by Federal Premium Ammunition. Every shot counts. Walton's. Everything but the meats. Aluma Trailers. Pike Gear. And by Nutrisource.
In our lifetime, sage grouse have become the most studied and managed upland game bird species in North America, maybe even the world.
We first really started tracking sage grouse numbers a little bit in the late 1950s and 60s. They're just different than every other game bird in North America, really. They're much longer lived, they're less productive, they're slower to reproduce, they have smaller clutches. Hens raise their broods in the same area every year. They attend the same winter concentration areas every year. They're just really creatures of habit.
Their unique habits have led to their demise.
The research is absolutely clear, without any debate, that sage grouse are sensitive to high levels of human disturbance.
Oil rigs, ag land, commercial and residential expansion have all crept into North America's sagebrush habitat.
There's really no doubt that sage grouse have declined across most of their range in North America.
And yet, there's hope. In 2010, state and federal agencies came together to form a sage grouse initiative.
Some folks deem it as the largest conservation effort ever employed, perhaps anywhere in the world.
They passed laws to protect the sagebrush landscape these wild birds need to survive.
Both the federal land use policy and then some of the state regulations, we place some restrictions on development in what we call sage grouse core areas. Preservation of this species into the future is 100% based on preservation of their habitat.
Habitat that America's hunters help pay to protect.
Hunters absolutely should care about the bird, and they do. The level at which we hunt sage grouse in Wyoming is incredibly insignificant in terms of the amount of birds harvested relative to their overall population numbers in the state.
For George and I, a sage grouse in hand might be a once-in-a-lifetime achievement.
Oh yeah, right there. There they are. There they are. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Wow. That's cool. That's cool. That close.
There's a few stragglers that didn't fly as far. I think they're just on the other side of the ridge yet.
We got a point. We got a point right there.
What do you got?
Look at there.
Nice work, good shot.
I've waited 23 years for this.
This is an adult hen. If she was a yearling bird that was right at, a year and a few months, these ones would always be pointed.
Once in a lifetime bird right there, my friend.
Thankfully, here in Wyoming, we have a lot of expanses, vast expanses of some pretty intact sage grouse habitat, so that's a good thing.
The other good thing, sage grouse numbers here are holding strong.
Oh no. Was that my chance?
Birds, birds!
To have the dog go on point, the flush, and just see that magnificent bird get up and just watch it in awe, Like, wow, that's just so cool.
What can you say, George?
I'd say the dog did his part,
I'd say so.
and they're a beautiful bird.
Yep. And they're still living.
In your defense, there's a little tailwind, so they're flying
Sure.
a little bit faster.
Sure, I can use any other excuses?
Well, they are.
Well, what
really-
is it blowing? 60,
big.
70, 80 miles an hour?
Yeah,
out
oh
there?
yeah. Did you feel that gust?
It seems my once-in-a-lifetime bird will have to wait for another day.
It's all fun and games till somebody shoots at a grouse and doesn't hit him.
Still to come,
We're going up.
we scale Wyoming's rugged peaks to experience a mountain bird covey rise.
The Flush is brought to you by Benelli, Carlson's Choke Tubes, the Shooter's Choice, Elk Mound Seed, Ruffland Kennels, and by Kansas Department of Wildlife Parks and Tourism. This segment of The Flush is brought to you by North Dakota Tourism. Start your journey at NorthDakotaLegendary.com.
I'm ready for this. At least I think I am.
The devil bird. Whew. And there's a good reason for that nickname. Straight up.
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 We have to climb.
Yeah.
Whole different perspective out here.
They'll do one of two things. If you flush them, they're probably going to fly down and around.
Okay.
Or if they see you and they're in the running mood, they'll run uphill.
Son of a gun.
What do you think, boss?
Minnie will join Boone on that mountain. She's George Lyall's 1.5-year-old field-bred English cocker. If our plan works, Boone will be the pointer, Minnie will flush and retrieve.
She is just a pistol. She's tenacious, methodical. She's ready for anything.
To hunt wild chukar, she has to be.
Am I climbing?
Yeah, we're going up.
When we pulled in to this basin and got out of the truck and I looked at the rim rock, I was like, we're not going all the way up there. and we did. Well, that's where we went. Whew. It's awesome.
You got to want it.
Minnie's going nuts over here, Trav.
Of all the game birds I've ever hunted, it's the most proud I ever am when I get some in the vest. So
this right here, and you can see chukar tracks. It's kind of a chukar highway here.
they'll roost under these overhanging boulders like this, and that's where they'll spend the night. So from here, then they're probably feeding maybe a little bit down during the day.
We're doing our best to follow. Slowly, we work our way down the mountain to a ridge covered in cheatgrass.
Watch him. You got a new step.
What do you got, buddy? Oh. Oh.
Got birds. We got birds right here.
He locked up twice here now.
Right when we crest this rock,
On the
it could be game on.
Turns out, Boone was right.
I got one! Dad, watch this little girl come up the hill. Good girl. Right here. Right here, all the way. Right here. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah.
Is there more rewarding bird in the whole world?
Oh, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
Don't fall
Let me
down.
go down the mountain.
Do not fall down.
Oh,
Woo!
thank you very much.
We did it.
My first wild chukar.
I'm shaking.
So am I. That was so cool. Just spectacular. That's all I can say. Spectacular.
Look at that bird.
The old red feet.
The
Red legs.
red-legged devil bird.
Red legs.
It's one bird, right? I get it. It's one bird. But we were literally just on that peak. That little speck you see over there, that's our truck. And we came all the way around. And we're up on this peak here. And we got it.
Well, some people call them the devil bird. Some folks say you hunt them for fun the first time, and every time after that's for revenge.
I say, the tougher the hunt, the richer the reward. Can I bring this home? Awesome.
If you really want to experience a bird hunt of a lifetime, try chukar hunting. Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Utah, whatever. Just try it one time. Oh, there you go. Oh no. Oh no. They were out there a little bit. Hey, did you get them?
I did. And a beautiful retrieve. Look at the bars on that.
Look at where we are right now, Georgie.
We always find the path less traveled.
We do?
It's an adventure
Yeah.
and an accomplishment. Booyah. I will never forget being in this basin with friends and bird dogs.
Ooh, boys. We did it.
What a walk.
Speaking of walking, are you gonna be able to walk tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Pheasants Forever's mission is to protect and restore wildlife habitat. Without habitat, we don't have wildlife, and we don't have places to hunt. Without you, Pheasants Forever has one less voice in their fight for conservation. Join Pheasants Forever today to help us create healthy habitat, cleaner water, and abundant wildlife. Sign up at this web address and you'll receive a 1-year subscription to Pheasants Forever Journal, plus his signature series Pheasants Forever Duffel Bag. Your $35 will make a difference today that will last forever.
Oh, look at this.
They had no idea we were here.
The state of Wyoming flies under the radar for most upland bird hunters. But given the right conditions, few places can match the opportunities this landscape provides. So far, we've flushed sage grouse on the flats and chukar on the peaks. But there's still one bird remaining on our Wyoming wish list: Hungarian partridge.
They're a gorgeous bird. They're a covey bird. Once you hear a covey rise of whatever game bird, you'll know. It's almost like the hair in the back of your neck stands. It's unbelievable.
Huns out here prefer grassy draws far off the beaten path.
Where I've found them the most often, you literally right in the bottoms of these things. They'll go up one and down the next, and
Like most upland bird species, timely rains determine their population success.
When we have a few good years in a row, it seems like these Huns in Wyoming grow out of water almost.
boy, he stopped hard too.
Oh boy, that was beautiful.
That was nice. That was nice. Give. Good girl. Give.
In a very short time period, I have fallen madly in love with hunting these birds.
Yep.
They hold nice, they explode in a big covey, and they live in some of America's most beautiful places.
Skinny instinctively pushes on.
Sometimes it's just fun to just stop for a little bit and watch the dog, because that dog is in the happiest place in its life right now.
And the dogs believed in where we were going. And I don't know what the smell is, but the dog takes them about a nanosecond to figure out that's a game bird. I should be doing something about it.
That's a birdie dog right there. Oh, right there. Oh, there they go.
Nice.
I got them both marked.
Good girl. Here. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Dead. Dead. Dead.
What a good dog.
He's a vacuum.
Good. Sit. Sit. Good girl.
Yeah, George.
Nice.
Pal. Back at you, buddy.
That was
Nice
a beautiful point. Skinny did it again. Mature birds.
Oh, no, they're right in my kitchen too.
It's pretty awesome. We have a point at 82 yards right up over the rim.
We're sitting there celebrating our successes, and the dog's working.
George, right here. There's definitely another covey in here. Oh. Wow. He's on a tear. Look at that cute little dog. That's how it's done.
Nice work, George. Again.
George Lyall, everybody.
Pretty spectacular.
Look at this.
Watching a mountain sunset,
This could not be any more beautiful.
we mentally prepare for our final day.
Sit.
Minnie and Boone get the last walk,
Something tells me this could be special.
and we hope for one last shot at Wyoming's iconic upland game bird.
It's the bird of the West, the sage grouse. Boondog, get it done one more time.
We know it won't come easy.
He's got a kick in his step.
An incoming front adds to our challenge.
Wow. Conditions are changing.
Yeah, they are.
In a wind-blown sea of sage,
Oh, right here. We got a hard point.
our bird dogs finally pick up the scent.
Maybe right in that thick
Yeah.
stuff. Heart's pounding a bit.
Come on, dude, do it.
Whoa! Holy smokes. We did it! Whew! Honestly, to me, this is a bird of a lifetime.
I agree, 100%.
Chukar, Huns, and the most amazing game bird I've ever held. I think it's time to go home.
I think so.
For two Minnesota friends, our once-in-a-lifetime bird hunt has become a reality.
Got one.
A Wild West adventure. Checked off
What a hunt.
our bird hunting bucket list.
Spectacular.